everybody. I can't possibly top Dan Chenek's story, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to describe Deborah in 5 adjectives or nouns. Modesty, excellence, grace, vision, and generosity. And I've actually worked for Deborah twice, but for some reason everybody thinks I've worked for her 3 times because I'm always popping up at different things. But in 1994, this is how far I go back, since 1994, she's been my mentor and friend. We started USAID, and typically I was trying to figure out what the heck to do in a large bureaucracy like AID. And she was very terse, like, you know, the graduate plastics. She just said, Balkan reconstruction. So off I went, and I did that, and I was the White House liaison for Balkan reconstruction for 3 years. Then I didn't know what to do from there, and she said, telecom. So off I went, and I became Mr. Telecom. And then I had the pleasure and honor to do a detail here from DHS, and walked into the room and sat down, and the whole NASA community was extremely welcoming, and I'm very grateful for that. And she just said, and she'd gotten a little less terse, she said, OMB 25-point plan. So that was what I ended up becoming, the NASA liaison for the OMB 25-point plan. And so anyway, I wanted to thank Deborah and Jose and their wonderful family. The 3 girls have just been wonderful to me and my family. So thank you very much.
Author and statesman Chuck Santangelo. Thank you. Others who would like to come up? Come on up.
I've known Deborah for about 10 minutes. But I've known Debbie for 30 years. Okay. I first met Debbie and Jose in the 1980s. And I have to say that I've been privileged to have seen her, since you guys are NASA, from a 10,000-foot view on the accomplishments that she has made. It's just absolutely fantastic. Okay. As an elder statesman here, and I'm probably the oldest guy in the bunch here, I got a bunch of grandkids and great-grandkids and great-nephews and everything else. And one thing I always tell them is that you really don't have to look far for your heroes, for your heroes. It's not the great baseball players, it's not the great football players, it's not even the jazz singers and rock singers and Hollywood actors. You know, all these kids are going after all these, you know. No. You have to look just at your own family. You have to look at people like Debbie as a role model. Don't you think so? She's been fantastic. Look at the things that she has accomplished. A true heroine of the American dream. Okay? Someone mentioned earlier today that they knew Debbie and Jose, and I was there also, when they worried about where's the next check coming from. And we were there together, okay? And you have to say that, again, Debbie, I can't call you Deborah. I don't know who you are when I say Deborah, okay? But I know who you are when I say Debbie, okay? And I say that, you know, with admiration, and the things that you've done, and even on the golf course. I love playing with you on golf, okay, because we both don't play golf very well, okay? And I commiserate with her, okay? Debbie, if you kept your head down, if you did this, you did that, you know, maybe we could hit the ball a little bit better, okay? She's a great gal. I'm privileged, and myself and my wife and my family, I'm very privileged to have known her throughout these years. And I have to tell you one thing, is that I'm not going to lose touch with her, okay? Because she's already signed up to go on a mission trip to Guatemala, which my daughter does that type of thing. So that's what Debbie does. She goes to the Philippines. She goes to Africa. Those of you that don't know that, you know, She goes on mission trips. And she's going to continue to do that. On the way over here, came over here with her husband, Jose. And Jose told me, Gil, you want to know one thing? Debbie, not Deborah, Debbie told me I'm going to Peru. And Jose said, I saluted and I said, Debbie, we're going to Peru. Okay? So that's who she is. She's a great lady. And you guys here in the audience are very privileged to have known such a wonderful person. Okay, so Debbie, thank you very much for 30 years, and hopefully we have another 30 years. Okay.
James, come on up. James McClellan is Tech Infusion Director down at Johnson.
Yeah, I just wanted to take this opportunity. We've heard a lot about Deborah's history and all the great things she's done in other places, and we were fortunate enough to have her last. And Tom Soderstrom, you started the CTO community at JPL. I was lucky enough to be the first NASA CTO at Johnson. And Deborah's actually the third CTO. And our first two CTOs were great on vision. But what Deborah brought was real managerial skills and the ability to actually take that vision and turn it into something. And that's something that Tom and I had been longing for a long time. She pulled the community together. She actually pulled in the enterprise architect community and the service community for the first time under her leadership. And now we've gained strength underneath her, and we're building that, and we're starting to deliver innovative products and ideas into OCIO, and I think that's going to be for the betterment of NASA as a whole. So I really wanted to commend you, thank you for all the support, and you've done a great service to the agency. Thank you. Plus, she's the best boss I've ever had.
Hi, for those who don't know me, I'm Sandy Mestry and a longtime friend of Deb's, and I thought I wanted to talk to you from your girlfriends, where we've had the opportunity to be in her life for a long time, whether we have worked with her, played with her, traveled with her. We've had the most amazing experiences. If we went around this room, there's a thing we did for someone, we can't do it with so many people here, and we had everyone describe one word to describe who she is. And you know who I'm thinking about. You know, all the things that you've heard about everyone, between inspiration, hope, leadership, mother to some of us, taking care of us, just one of the most amazing people that any of us will ever meet. And the great thing for us is she's retiring, which means some of us get to go plan trips with her again and can continue this friendship. But we love her, and we just want you to know how proud we are of you, and thank you for being who you are.
Hi, I'm Marty Cummings. Up until recently, I thought that Deborah and I just had a personal friendship with my wife Cheryl and Jose, and it wasn't until a dinner, a couple of months ago, that I actually realized that we actually had a professional relationship. Our paths crossed in 2000, and I didn't even realize it, and Deborah didn't either. But Dan, to go with your story, do you remember a company that won firstgov.gov called GRC International?
Yep.
So after leaving TRW after 16 years, it's a big deal for me to move, and I get this, and that was my first win with GRC International, was firstgov.gov, with the help of Sandy Mestry. We put together a winning bid, and Dan, it wasn't, obviously, we all, at least some of us, know what happened, and the do it for a dollar thing and all, but we were the operations contractor, and it was pretty cool to realize that I didn't even meet Deborah at the time, and we actually went back 16 years. The other thing that I wanted to say from a contractor standpoint, I have to tell you, Deborah Diaz may be the kindest, nicest government official we've ever come across. And please don't take that wrong, government folks. But she is a wonderful person, and we've always appreciated her the way she dealt with us. I also wanted to say, people saying she's a bad golfer, I can attest to the fact that that's not true. Jose and I played with Deborah in a golf tournament one day at Andrews Air Force Base. It was a NASA golf tournament. And I have to tell you, it was a really wonderful day. Deborah had picked up the game recently, and she's one of the best beginners I think I've ever seen. But we had an incredible day, and I'll never forget, Deborah, on whatever number green that was. It's the closest green to the air base itself. And we stood there on that green after I think we had a chip in, and we were all excited. And we're standing there, and Marine One, which I was stationed at one time, Marine One flies over the top of us. We watch it land. We watch the president get out. He gets on Air Force One, and Air Force One takes off right across the top of us. And it was a really special day, and I'll always remember that. Deborah, thank you so much, and congratulations. And we all wish you the best on a successful retirement.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Sandy, earlier too. Any others?
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Mitzi Mead, and I'm the Executive Director of ACT IAC, actually the IAC side. And I just want to thank Deb for all that she's done for ACT IAC over the years. She was a board member for ACT. She is an IAC fellow. We have a lot of fellows here in the room today. She was a, partners vice chair 1 year, but she has always been a great collaborator between government and industry. One of the missions of ACT IAC is to promote the collaboration between the two sides, and she has always been terrific at that, and we really want to thank you for that. Thanks, Deb.
Thanks, Mitzi. And by the way, Deborah got me into ACT IACT, and I went through the 9-month program, and it was awesome. I suggest it for everybody. Any others? Yeah, come on up.
Hi everybody, I'm Andy Livermore, friend of Jose and Deb's. I had the privilege also of working for Deb 2 times in my career. We got to know each other back when DHS first stood up. I was working for USCIS, and Leslie Hope here can attest that it had its better days. And Deb was kind enough to bring me over to S&T and rescue me from USCIS. So, and I really do appreciate that. That was actually a good move, a good career move. And then she left me, and just left me high and dry at S&T, and went over to the Patent Trademark Office. She brought my friend Leslie over there, Buck, wherever he is, and so I had to go. So she rescued me from S&T. So that's 2 times she's rescued me. Well then, while at PTO, things started going a little south for us DHSers. And so I decided to jump out of federal service and try this business development thing. So I go to Deb, I'm like, I'm thinking about going to the private industry and trying this business development thing. What do you think? She says, well, Andy, you have the personality to do it, so go for it. So talked to her a little bit about it. She kind of encouraged me, slapped me on the back, and off I went. So I tried the dark side here. And so far, so good. I'm really enjoying it. So I really appreciate it. So I wanted to, first of all, I just wanted to thank you for everything you've done. You've been a great friend, mentor, leader. I mean, I can't say enough. And you're just a really special person in my life, and you changed it. So I love you. Jose, I love you too. And thank you once again.
My name is Sandy Peavy, and in January of this year, I just retired from being one of the CIOs at DHS, which is how I met Deb Diaz. And and we were there together trying to help stand the department up. And as one of the only females there, we had lots of challenges, and it wasn't just the challenges of bringing a new agency on board. And so, like Andy was saying, a couple of years after that, Deb left, and so I've been very fortunate that we have remained not only business collaborators together, but best friends. And I know that you guys are kind of wondering, because hearing this accent, you probably think that I'm from like around this area or New York or something like that. But surprise and amaze you guys, I'm actually from Georgia. And so I had to come up here all the time. As being a part of the DHS CIO Council, I had to come up at least once a month. And so Deb and Jose always offered, they opened up their home, and I got to know them, and I got to know Jose and their 3 amazing daughters. And I get to be one of those fortunate people that you've heard about that have traveled the world with Deb. And when we were getting ready to retire, we talked about it since from the get-go. When she was the same thing, we were always going, okay, Deb, when are we going to retire? And it's like, oh, okay, a year, this year and this year. And then finally in January, I pulled the plug. And then she was going, well, I'm going to go in April. Well, I'm going to go in May. And I was going, oh, no, don't leave me hanging out here. So I am so glad to have my partner in crime with me, that we can, because our other partners are always still there, but they work all the time. and now we get to go play while you guys go work. So I'm looking forward to it. And what Deb said with all the, what everybody has said here today, I know it not only from a professional standpoint, but for a personal standpoint too. And she's the best, and we love you, Deb.
Any others? Come on up.
Hi everybody, my name's Leslie Hope, and I've known Deb since DHS kind of came together, and a group of us got together and we had to break up the baby. And on a personal note, I just want to share, I've always been the kind of person that could get the operations done and stuff like that. But I never knew how to play the politics very well, and I never really wanted to do that. And from a personal perspective, I just want to thank you, Deb, because you have given me courage to step into positions that I didn't feel strong or feel that I could handle. And in doing that, I've been able to help other women take steps forward that they wouldn't have been able to do. And your mentorship, your guidance, your leadership, not only have been inspirational to me and countless other women in the government, as many have said, but your friendship means more to me than you will ever know. And I thank you so much for me and for the many women that will follow. God bless you.
Thank you. Any others? All right. Deborah, a few final words?
I'll keep this short. We got lots of food. Wow. This has been amazing. A special thank you to all the speakers around the building here. And our MC, John Sprague, who's a phenomenal deputy CTO. Thank you. I especially want to thank my husband, Jose, and my 3 daughters who have put up with lots of absences and long hours through my career, and my wonderful friends who have been so supportive over the years. Thank you to many of you who are all here today, all of you, because you've really contributed to my success. Each of you have played a role in that. And I've been blessed by having amazing career opportunities over the years, challenging, innovative, and impactful leadership roles. Yes, the work was hard, but it was so personally rewarding. And that's really what it's all about. Be open to all opportunities in life, both personally and professionally. Now, help me thank those who made this party so special, and we've got lots of food here. So forgive me if I've missed someone. And please stand as I'm calling your name. John Spray. Someone here. But there she is. Stand up. Everybody know who you are. Michael Porterfield, the amazing Michael Porterfield that you see all the graphics for. This extraordinary photographer. Michelle Tranter. Jennifer Yang in the back, who has a lot of this wonderful food. Sandy Maestri, who keeps me sane. Tracy Copey. Tracy. Lori Parker. She's here. Mitzi Mead and Sandy. Lester Hope. Yvette Smith, somewhere back there. And my technology and innovation team that have made me extend from December till now, and have made it a pleasure to come to work every day. Beth, we already mentioned, we've got Brian, James, Sandeep, Nick, you're all here, you can stand up, Jason, Travis, and all the NASA CTOs, there's a couple of you mixed in here. And the center CIOs. A lot of them couldn't make it, so we're going digital and we're virtual with the center CIOs. That's how we work here at NASA. So now let's enjoy the refreshments and food, and my heartfelt thanks to everyone. I really appreciate you coming, and thank you for the wonderful gifts and a wonderful memory for my career.